Whenever you're ready.
I was waiting for you to say that. Okay. In my kit bag and locker, you can always find a set of goggles, a cap, and a suit. And that quote's from Michael Phelps, and I'm pretty sure a majority of you guys know who Michael Phelps is. If not, he's a professional swimmer. And I like that quote because I can relate to it because I'm a swimmer myself. And so I'm going to explain to you guys how manufactured swim equipment is used and how it can improve the athlete's performances. So I've been swimming on a team since the age of 8, and I have lots of experience with this type of equipment. And the other information that I have, I've gotten from off of online, obviously, from professional athletes and from the manufacturers themselves. So you're getting good information here. And okay, so it's good that you guys are learning about this because summer's right around the corner, and I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys are going to be doing some type of outdoor activity that contains pool and swimming, and you're going to need a suit, unless, I don't know if you guys are doing skinny dipping or something, but no. So if you go to a store and you have a little bit of information on what kind of suit will be good for what activity you're doing, then you won't have to rely on the salesperson to answer your questions because the salesperson's job is just to promote everything in the store, so they're just going to tell you everything's good. But it just makes everything easier knowing what you want when you walk in. So starting off with suits, they come in a large variety, and the variety is each for different uses. So the main type that you probably have in mind right now is more like beachwear, so like bikinis, tube tops, and like trunks for guys. But that's more for like, for me, I think of it as relaxation. You wouldn't obviously wear a bikini to a sports event. So, and for me, I made that mistake once, and that I wasn't really doing a sports activity, but I was wearing a tube top once, and my friends wanted to race, so everyone's diving in, and I know, okay, no, don't dive in because stuff's gonna be popping out. So me being stupid, I'm not thinking, I just jump into the pool, and then I push off the bottom, and I'm not thinking about, oh, what's gonna happen when I push off the bottom. All my friends were laughing when I came up to the top because I fixed myself, but okay, so the second type of suit that I actually have some examples here, but there's competitive suits, and there's a swimsuit and a polo suit. And a polo suit is a heavy duty suit, and you can see that the whole entire back is covered. And the reason why it's like that is because the sport's so aggressive, and you can't have so much open back because people will pull it, and it's a lot thicker and more sturdier than the regular ones, and you can wear this all season without it getting stretched out. I don't know if you guys know how when the suits start to wear off from the chlorine, but the next kind of suit is a regular swimsuit, which is like this. You guys probably see a lot of people wear these. This is more for lap swimming and swim team type of stuff. So yeah, these need to be replaced more than polo suits just because the material is not as sturdy. But all in all, the suits, they all have the same thing. They're all made to keep you covered up. And although some of them are more tighter, like I explained earlier, like for water polo suits and swimsuits, but they all keep you covered up. And there's a different type of suit that I do not have an example for because I do not have the money to buy one, but they're polyurethane suits, and those run about $500 each. And those are full body suits, and I know if you guys seen the Olympics, then and Michael Phelps wore one once, and they were banned temporarily. And from thedailybeast.com, the scientist John D. Barrow explains in his book Mathletics, the new swimsuits took measures a whole lot further by being made from an extremely thin layer of foam-like material that enclosed tiny pockets of gas that made the swimmer more buoyant, resulting in the swimmer floating higher in the water and subject to less drag. So the statistics show that, well, not statistics, but they did a couple of runs through with regular suits and with that suit, the whole body suit, and they also did examples with people running on land and people in the water, and you are 780 times more drag in the water than you are on land. And with that suit, since it's more buoyant and it brings you up higher, you're swimming more on top of the water than through the water, which is why they banned it temporarily. Okay, so sorry I don't have an example for that, but another piece of equipment that can affect speed is a cap. And you guys may think that caps were made to keep your hair dry, but they're not at all. I've tried many different kinds of caps and they don't, none of them. But there's 3 types of caps. There's a latex cap, a silicone cap, and a spandex cap. And on Speedo.com, they shared information with which ones were the most popular by online people shopping online. And the 2 most popular ones were the spandex, or not the spandex, excuse me, the latex and the silicone. And the latex is a little bit more inexpensive compared to the silicone one. The silicone one runs about like $6. The latex one is like 25 cents a cap. But the latex cap I have right here. Okay, this one's worn. You can obviously from this past season, but they're not made to last long. That's why they're so cheap. They're a lot thinner, and they do tend to tear. And if you leave it sitting in your bag too long, they turn like really gross, like tar kind of almost. And if it just sits in the bottom of your bag and touches your goggles or cap, then it won't ever come off. But that's why I have a silicone cap, and this one was just from this season, and this one's my silicone one. You can tell that it's a lot thicker, and it's more sturdier, and it never loses its shape. This one I've had since my junior year in high school, and it's still in good shape. It's a good cap. And they also, yes, they hurt when you take them off. This one hurts more. I wore this one all season, and it pulled out all my hair in the back of my head, and it made it look like I had a buzz cut in the back. But this one, it won't pull out as much. It's easier putting on and taking off than the latex one. Then the last type of cap, which was the spandex one, I do not have. I had one ever my entire life, and I was just learning how to swim, and it's a really bad cap. It's literally like wearing a t-shirt or a do-rag on your head, and everything just soaks in. It's just basically made to keep your hair out of your face. That's what all the caps do, because they never keep your hair dry. But the best one to use would be the silicone one, just because it lasts for such a long time, and it is found to be hydrodynamic, which is supposed to create less water resistance on your head, which is why it's one of the top sellers on Speedo. And they also protect this. I found this very interesting. I had no idea, but they protect you if you're swimming in an outdoor pool from UV rays, and the chlorine also from getting to your scalp and irritating that and making it dry, because the worst thing ever is to look like you have dandruff. It also, the speed, like I said earlier, it makes you so much quicker through the water just because you're not having so much water resistance in your hair being in the way. Alright. Other than a cap, goggles are worn on your head, and they can also help with your speed too, because being able to see where you're going makes it a lot easier than not knowing where you're going, because you're wasting more time swimming back and forth, zigzagging, than you are with your goggles and following the line on the bottom of the pool. But there are also a variety of goggles, obviously. This one is one worn mainly by swimmers, and you can see on the Olympics that a lot of people wear this one. And this one also has like a sunglass on the outside, just because it's more outdoor swimming. And a lot of people, for some reason, even in indoor pools, they'll wear these just because, I have no idea why, but they think you look ridiculous if you wear the see-through ones. I don't know if it's because they could see your eyes and they're all pushed out or what it is, but these are the most popular ones. sold also on Speedo.com, and they are also for protection because they keep chlorine out of your eyes. And the worst thing is having chlorine in your eyes, just because I've had experience because I play polo, and you can't wear goggles during that sport for safety reason, because if you get hit with the ball, then it's going to push the goggle into your eye. But it sucks when the chlorine gets into your eyes, because it's irritated, red, itchy, and you're always tearing up. And after you tear up, everything's foggy, and you can forget about driving anywhere. If you guys keep in mind all this stuff and go to that store and just understand which equipment is best for you, it'll make the trip to that store this summer much easier. And just make sure you guys know how to swim first before you buy this equipment and jump into the pool. So that's it.
Giovanni, what did you think? Giovanni's not here, huh? All right, well, that makes it easier. We save a little bit of time. I'll jump right in and tell you what I think. First of all, I think it's overtime. It's 11 minutes and 6 seconds.
What was that?
It's 11 minutes and 6 seconds, so you went way overtime. One of the reasons that you didn't know that you went way overtime is you have a tendency to talk to this side of the room and don't look at anybody over here, which is where the time cards happen to be. That's a little bit awkward. You want to overcome that, you know. So I thought that the opening was fine. I thought you had a clear thesis statement and a very nice justification that you gave us. There's not really much of a preview, except that you do mention the objects, but I didn't realize until you were into the speech that that's really what the structure was. I thought that you did cite some information during the presentation. Probably could have cited a little bit more, but you used your own experience too to explain things. That I thought was pretty good. Organizationally, it's topically organized by the equipment. That's pretty straightforward. But internally, it was a little bit confusing. For instance, that whole section on the cap. You can go ahead and sit down.
Oh, okay.
You know, that whole section on the caps. It seems like it's backwards. You tell us what all the equipment is, what the difference in the equipment is, what the weaknesses of the equipment are, and I'm sitting there the whole time wondering, because at the very beginning of this you said, you know, you don't wear it to keep your head dry, because they never do that. And then you start talking about all this stuff, and I'm sitting there the whole time you're talking about that. So why the hell do you wear it? Why do you have these things? Why are there 3 or 4 different ones that you're talking about? This doesn't make any sense to me. And then after you've talked about what all the caps are like, then you come back and start telling us about why it is you wear this. You got that backwards. Okay. You need to do that the other direction. I thought that you showed the visuals pretty effectively when you needed them. Although it seemed odd that on the last one, on each of the sections, on the suits and on the caps, you didn't have the example that you wanted to talk about, and it seemed like that would have been an easy fix. For instance, to just go online and get a picture and show those kinds of things.
Gonna do that.
So that just seems like it's a little bit of uncertain planning there. Like I said at the beginning, your presentation focuses in one direction of the audience. There are too many pages. You get the pages out of your hand about halfway through the speech. When you were talking, you had the pages the first half of the speech. You dropped them at one point. That felt a little bit awkward. And then once you get to the visuals, that's what you're operating with most of the time. And that really is the structure of your speech there. I think that's one of the reasons that you lose track of time as well. All right, thank you.